to Lip Service, the podcast where we talk about all things lipedema. I am so sorry. I really have been off the grid and have not been posting any episodes lately, but I just want to let you know November has like flown by faster than like Nick Cannon trying to get to all his like Christmas family photo shoots. All right. This month has gone by so quickly. I have been busy traveling. You know, it's just been very hectic. So I apologize for like abandoning you guys, but here I am. So just a quick update. I did have a medical rep come to my house the other night to measure me for Tactile Medical's Flexi Touch Plus, I think is the name of it, but it's this like pumping device that goes onto your legs and on your trunk. So I'll insert a quick photo here just so you can see, and I tried to take more pictures, but I got so busy chatting with the rep that I, was just in the moment. So this is kind of the next step in the chapter of trying to get conservative therapy relief. So I have consistently been going to occupational therapy. I have consistently been wearing my compression garments, trying to do MLD, for those that don't know that term yet, manual lymphatic drainage. So, moving all around here. Hopefully I'll get rid of my double chin one day, working on my legs, and then getting everything flushed and through my heart to then get peed out. There we go. That's like the legit way in which it goes. So I had expressed interest in looking into getting the pump just because I feel like that is, something that you can slide on and have the ability to help, push the fluid through if I'm not able to successfully do it myself. So the med rep came out, Tactile Medical rep came out and did the whole presentation with me, answered a lot of questions, so it was really interesting. So we did about a 20-minute demonstration of what it is. So there's a lot of Velcro involved, it's I felt like a kindergartner that doesn't know how to tie their shoes. There's just so much Velcro. And I was like, all right, but she was fitting it specifically to the parts of my body that we were working on. So I had the trunk component. So, my stomach down, and then she only had the demonstration for the leg. So the trunk part went down to a little bit below my knees. And then we had the leg part that was added on, but I would be receiving 2 leg pieces because there is a left and a right. And obviously you would want to put it together when you're actually going through the therapy session. And so we kind of get it Velcroed, fit to my body. All you're supposed to do at this point, because it is fit towards your body, is step into the trunk part like a pair of pants and pull them up and zip up the front zipper and then put the legging part on. Then there is a machine that has 4 individual hookups. They're all numbered, and it would just tell you number 1 is your legs, number 2 is the trunk, whatever it may be. And all of these pieces clip in, and then you just start the machine. So for the trunk all the way to my toes, the therapy session goes on for a full 60 minutes. So it is something that you have to make sure that you etch out time. You can have your legs elevated and you're kind of reclined back, just to make sure you're not sitting upright like how I am right now, because it would then affect the flow of the massage going through on the trunk, and then it's deemed ineffective, right? So a lot of different components to that, very simple, but a lot of different components of making sure that you do it correctly. So we went through the demonstration. I talked to the rep about, insurance and all this stuff and how it would be, because now we're in November. So the insurance component of it, they deem it as a rental, even though I own it, but my insurance company would be paying the medical company over a course of 10 months. And then my patient responsibility outside of my deductible is 20%, and Aetna will pay the 80%. So we were talking over payment methods and all of that stuff. Right now, I actually haven't committed to doing it because, believe it or not, my same exact plan that I expect to keep, I just elected it, to keep for 2026, my deductible is actually going down significantly, $450. So I was talking to her you know, is it worth waiting? Should I get it now? Because if I do right now, I've already met my deductible for the year. I would still owe $355 and then like $1,500 and change for next year. So my patient responsibility overall after insurance is $1,909. I also talked to her about using it post-surgery if this is something that would help, and she said I have to advise, you know, with medical professionals because she thinks it might be a little too painful for the first couple of months. So I'm really debating right now, and I'm glad I'm not taking my time and jumping into it, of wondering if the pump is the correct solution for me, because if I do move forward with the surgery and to be determined on when I'm actually getting it, am I going to invest all this money for something I can't use for a long period of time? I think overall the course of it, I will eventually get back to being able to use it and help like with fluid and all that stuff. But this is something I'm supposed to do for 60 minutes every single day. It is a huge commitment. So I have to make sure that like I'm actually going to follow through and do that in order to get the best results. So the experience was really cool. I am just curious. Thankfully, I actually have an appointment with a surgeon next week, and I will certainly be filling you guys in on, you know, the outcome of that and just kind of like next steps, where we go from that. I'm still going to occupational therapy. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be hopefully posting and getting, you know, back into the groove of things, just so I can share with you guys. But it's been an interesting journey, and I'm ready to try to figure out next steps of this. And Kylie from the Bold Body Project, I know I've mentioned her before. She's been posting, you know, pictures and videos of her back to the gym, and she just says that her legs feel so much lighter. She's never been able to squat, you know, as deeply as she did before doing her exercises, because the volume of her legs has been removed. She went through 3 surgeries, and just super pumped to know that that could be my future, where I am no longer in pain and I feel lighter and I can move around and be more flexible and agile, because I'm only about to turn 41. I'm not super old. I want to make sure that I am like having the best quality of life I am possibly given. And that's outside of even the lipedema, you know, therapies and surgeries. Like I just want to feel good, like head to toe, in and out, all of that stuff. So this is part of that journey of trying to get there and feel healthy. So lots more to come for sure. If you guys have any questions about the pumps, like certainly let me know. But just to recap, it actually felt really good. I didn't actually tell you that part. It felt really good, very soft, like, you know, kind of like massage, like if you were to sit in a chair at Brookstone and do like that light massage or whatever. But that is like all around, all encompassing, like front leg, back leg, sides, everything. And it was literally from like under my boobs, pretty much like from my trunk all the way down to my toes. It is going to be expensive. Insurance will cover it. Yeah, I mean, this could be a really great next step. I just have to figure this out, because I'm obviously not going to go to OT for the rest of my life. So will this be a good replacement for me to move the lymphatic drainage out and, you know, feel better as the days go on? TBD, my friends. But yeah, stay tuned. I will recap my appointment with the doctor with you soon enough. But thank you again for tuning in, and we will be discussing lip service, all things lipedema, soon enough. Happy holidays.